Have you ever wondered how the world will end? What the final days of Earth will be like? If you do, then look no further. After all, this is a story of how it all transpired. Welcome to Funeralopolis. The last days. Before the sky turned red. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Shadow the Axolotl, and you can wire to the moon, but that will just make things worse. They see you, they see me, they see all. Today we'll be deep diving into Funeralopolis. In this video, we shall break down and explain the story behind what is, in my opinion, a masterpiece. Before that though, a huge disclaimer. If you don't know this game or never played it before, you can do it for free. Just check the first link in the description to go to the dev's website. I would describe it as a story-driven indie horror game, which takes around 1 hour to finish. In this video, we will make a dynamic playthrough, where I will be explaining the story and revealing the important lore pieces as we go. So, with that out of the way, let's begin. Huta-Grobno, 1983, 45 days after the incident. Since then, thick grey clouds float above the sky. You take the role of the overseer, and you're responsible for keeping track of the residents in the apartment complex you moved in recently. To help you with the task, you have advanced radio communication devices, and in your free time, you like to use it to spy on the secret communication channel of the church.
Today marks the 45th day of intense sky cloudiness. People are advised to stay indoors and don't leave their windows open, as the air can have a negative effect on the lungs, scientists say. We still don't know the source of the city's air pollution, but the right people are working on the problem. For now, all we can do is stay calm and use the time spent indoors to take care of those closest to us.
Had another confrontation in one of the closed sections of the factories. 2 of our people injured. Severity of injuries is mild and non-life-threatening. 5 quarantined factory workers have been compromised. 1 suffered fatal injury. Requesting 2 emergency trains to help with the cleanup of the biohazard related to the aftermath of the incident. We can't determine the type of hazard we're dealing with, so approach the scene with caution.
That's right. 45 days ago, an accident in the mine pit of Huta-Grobno caused a rust-colored dark substance to flood the bottom layers. The liquid has a strong smell and is highly toxic. By failing to contain the spread of the liquid, it has contaminated the very air of the city we live in. Rumors are that the church is involved with the incident somehow, and so you, as the overseer, has designed special equipment to infiltrate their communication lines and spy on them. Using this equipment, you have managed to acquire lots of information about the incident and the liquid. The church is calling it the soup, and they are even comparing it to thickened blood. We can learn everything I just said by reading the notes in your personal notebook and the scattered newspapers across the apartment. Wait a second. Is that Polish? Am I in Poland, kurwa? Oh, I see. Now it all makes sense. Swear to God, Eastern Europeans will create the most depressing dystopic societies of fiction, while the neighborhood literally looks like this. It has been like this with 3 games in a row in this channel at this point. What do you mean? Shaking my head. Anyway, we also learn about a recent incident in the factories that appears to have something to do with the mysterious liquid. Many workers have been put under quarantine, and if they are not released within the first week, there is apparently zero chance they will be leaving. Things are getting worse day by day. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. There is also this strange crack on the wall that has formed a month ago. I'm sure it's not a big deal anyway. The food is ready. Let's eat.
I should check the radio after dinner. I don't want to miss anything interesting.
Reporting from Sector 02, the mining hole. Today we recorded a sudden increase in the unidentified liquid that has been filling the mine. Caught some of the crewmen off guard and came into contact with the substance. We did preliminary cleanups and followed the latest draft of procedures. They should be arriving at HQ's medical ward on the next incoming tram. Take care of them. There are also new samples of the soup arriving on the same train. They were taken today after the sudden rise. I think I saw its surface move today. Although I wish it were only my imagination.
Reports from the mines are becoming more and more concerning as the days go by. What the fuck? I can't see through the hole, it's pitch black. Is this one of the abnormal things churchmen were talking about on the radio? I need to see if the wall on the other side is broken too. It should be visible from the hallway staircase. Can't see anything weird from this side. It's getting late and I'm tired. I'll figure something out tomorrow.
Hey, Overseer?
This is Adam, a resident that moved in recently. He is very talkative and usually asks a lot of questions.
What you doing here? Admiring the walls?
Hello, Adam. I'd really appreciate it if you didn't sneak up on people like that.
Haha, sure. Is there anything going on? Or...
No, not really. It's nothing you have to worry about.
Uh-huh. If you say so.
After checking the walls and seeing there's nothing weird with it, we decide it's best to sleep for now and check on it tomorrow.
It's not like I'll do anything with the hole today. Might as well try to contact somebody tomorrow. Hope it won't get worse at night.
Something wakes us up. It's best if we go see what it is.
Something must have woken me up. I should check what it was or I won't be able to fall asleep again. Thing's still here.
The weird crack is still there, so let's check if it is something outside.
Something's happening outside. Adam, is something going on?
You tell me. I was smoking on the balcony when I heard something going on this side of the building. So I come to check, and what do you know? The church shows up. They went to one of the blocks.
The church? What are they doing here?
Beats me. They arrived like about 30 minutes ago. A lot of them too, all geared up and shit. Then the residents started coming out. Suspicious as fuck, if you ask me.
Very suspicious indeed.
Check it out for yourself.
That's a lot of people outside. It looks like the whole building is out.
Yeah, seems like it. And they're loaded into the trains. The fuck must have happened there?
I really don't like this.
Yeah, no shit. I wonder.
Hmm?
I wonder if we'll hear about this in the news, you know?
Oh, I really don't think so. But we'll see tomorrow.
I guess.
Huh.
The Church of Faith and Enlightenment is a newly formed, independent branch of the Catholic Church. They have claimed the independent city-state of Huta-Grobno as their base of operations. Since they are here, it means they are looking out for contamination signs of the soup and are taking potentially infected people to their detention camps.
Hope I'll be able to fall asleep again. The hole's still here. I think I could hear some sound coming from it. I'm not sure.
Trouble arising near the city borders. Due to the ongoing conditions in the city, many of the people decided to leave. However, this has become severely difficult in recent days. The trains and trams leaving the city are overcrowded and the infrastructure is simply unable to keep up. Waiting times have become unbearably long and some trains don't arrive at all. Those who decided to leave on foot are facing at least a 2-day hike to the nearest city. It's not an easy journey to make for those who undertake it unprepared.
Overcrowded trains or a long hiking trip? No thanks.
Reporting one fatality. The guidelines we received have proven insufficient. I understand they are subject to constant change, but they have now failed us. They didn't prepare us for the event that transpired. Please update them as soon as possible to prevent further endangerment of our crewmen's lives due to these avoidable mistakes. From now on, all marked buildings confirmed to show dangerous activity must be placed under mandatory lockdown. Relocate all uncompromised residents immediately. Let them take their valuables. There's a chance they won't have anything to return to.
Can my apartment be marked because of the thing in the kitchen? It doesn't look that serious, but maybe I should take another look at it. Is it really that serious? It's just emitting some sound. It doesn't look like something that would warrant a liquidation of the whole building. I can always try to record it to determine whether it's dangerous or not. Just need to pick up some equipment from the living room.
We decide it's best to investigate this thing on our wall. For that, we will take audio recording equipment and let it capture the strange sounds it is emitting. We set up most of the equipment we need, but we are still missing a cable. We can find one in the overseer's office in the hallway. In the way to the office, we find Mrs. Klimek. She and her husband are in their 60s, and both of them are kind people. Mrs. Klimek is often found cleaning and helping around the building.
Good day, Miss Klimek. I see you're stepping in for the janitor today as well.
What more is that to do for such an old lady like me? Who knows when our janitor will come back, poor guy.
And how are you holding up?
Oh, I'm getting by. No reason to worry here. Just getting a little bored as Henrik is asleep most of the day.
Is your husband unwell?
He's been better for sure. He's sleeping right now. He's been like that a lot recently. The air had an impact on his health, I'm afraid. Of course, he won't admit it when asked.
Sorry to hear this. I hope he'll get better soon. Take care of him.
Of course, dear. Have a nice day.
We head to the overseer's office to get the cable we need. The past overseer left it a mess for you to sort out, and you haven't sorted out. Here we find documents, files, and advanced radio equipment.
Terminal used to access all the important data related to this block's management. It's a privilege to have access to such complicated and powerful machine. I wouldn't be allowed to use it if it weren't for my job.
We are here for the cables, so let's take it.
Church tram is here. That can't be good. Yeah, this should do it. I can hear unknown voices coming from the hallway. Maybe it'll just be best to wait this out here.
I am the representative of the church's scientific division. You're this building's overseer, I presume.
Yes, that's me. Hello.
Good. We'll have to take a look at the terminal's records.
Of course, take whatever you need.
We will. Say, any of the residents reported anything unusual happening around the building recently?
So, what should we do? Do we tell her or not? We can't be sure of the church's actions and their involvement with the incident. But what about the crack on the wall? Is it safe to keep it a secret? But if we tell the church, what will happen to us? What will happen to the people of this block? I don't trust them.
There's nothing that I know of. And it's not like they'd tell me if anything worrisome happened.
Oh, aren't you the overseer?
I got this position not so long ago. The residents don't trust me yet.
I see. Shame. More work for us. One of my men will stay here to take the data from the terminal. We'll be back in a few days to do a more thorough search of the whole building. Mandatory. Just so you know.
Sure, thanks for the heads up.
Your help is not needed anymore. Thank you for your cooperation.
Outside in the hallway, we find many church workers investigating the building and interrogating the residents. They are highly suspicious there are signs of contamination of the soup in this very building, and they are not wrong. There's a lot about the soup and the church that we don't know of. So, we are still not sure if it was the best decision to not tell them about what we know. We know what happens to those who are dragged into quarantine camps. They never come back. This could mean the end for us. And worse, it could mean the end for the residents who got caught up in this mess, without even knowing what's going on. But at least we are clear of trouble for now.
Is there really nothing you want to tell me about? We really don't have time for bullshit right now. I know you're hiding something. Something is fundamentally wrong somewhere in this building. For now, I unfortunately cannot act forcibly and need permission to investigate. Next time we're here, it won't be needed. If there is anything left to inspect. I have nothing left to tell you.
After the encounter with the church, we go back to our previous task to connect the cables and record the sounds the hole is emitting.
There. Okay, it's all set up and ready to record. I should give it some time to pick up the sounds. I'm getting hungry too.
We can't stay in the kitchen while the sounds are being recorded, so we leave it for now and go check on the radio.
It'll be better if I don't go to the kitchen for the time of recording. I wonder if there's anything going on the radio. I also hope the churchmen haven't done much damage to the office.
On to H6. On 2D to 40. Night from
They're playing chess over the radio?
H866.
I don't want to listen to that. I could always update my notebook with new developments to pass the time.
To pass some time, we decide to update our notebook with our new findings.
The recording should be ready now.
We can see the recently added pages if we open it now. Okay, allow me to use this opportunity to talk about just how full of details this game is. Take these notes, for example. All pages are custom made, and each one contributes to the world building and storytelling in incredible ways. For example, in page 5 here, the overseer is talking about the equipment he needs to construct a receiver to intercept the church's comms. And in the page, we have sketches of the circuits, gadgets, and the rest of the stuff he needs to build them. And there's more than that. In page 8, we have coffee stains on the paper, making it illegible. And in the next page, we have a small note explaining that the overseer spilled the coffee when he was scared by a resident that was ringing the doorbell. The entire game is filled with an immense level of detail, and I think it really shows just how much care the devs put into their work. Stuff like that is really great to see. So, back to the notes themselves. Let's read the recent pages we added while we waited. Where there was once a crack in the kitchen wall, a giant hole has now opened up. It's unnaturally dark and emits some sort of sound I cannot identify. I'm in the process of recording it. The church conducted checkup rounds around the neighborhood. They're looking for any and all things that seem abnormal, whatever that means. The hole in my kitchen wall probably counts. Yesterday I witnessed the neighborhood's block's residents, all of them, being evicted from the building. The churchmen talk about the total decommissioning of compromised buildings. What happens with the residents of said places? Are they being put in the inescapable quarantines like the factory workers? I won't risk it because of some defect in a wall. Anyway, I'm waiting for the recording to finish, and I'll see what this is all about. I have a feeling there's nothing to worry about. It's time we check the recordings. If you feel like playing this game for yourself, this is the moment you should pause the video and do it. I will just ask you to hit the like button so you won't forget to come back later. Very well, let's do this.
Done. I need to lay down. I'm about to throw up. I feel terrible. Let all this just end.
This needs to be cleaned up ASAP. No time to waste. I don't want to deal with the dry blood. What a mess. Did I really lose so much blood? Almost done. The sounds are gone? I don't want to touch it. I need to wash the blood away. So much blood. The sink is so old the dirt won't come off. I really need that shower. The red is not coming off. I don't know what it is, but I don't feel any pain. The hand is standing out. Clothes stained with blood. I better wash these now or the stains won't come off. It'll take a while to finish washing.
With the cleaning done, let's check the radio to see if there's anything new.
What now? Mr. Nita, what could you want right now? Yes? Is something the matter? Mr. Nita, did something
Yes, there is a problem. A light at the end of the hallway. It's not working, and sparks come out when you turn it on. Janitor is not here. Can you fix it?
Can't you just not turn it on until the janitor shows up?
No. Sparks can cause fire, and that will be bad. It's your job to take care of the problems here.
Yeah, I'll do this. Just give me a moment.
Good.
Wait, what is this under our door? Some sort of pamphlet. So, this is from the Church of Enlightenment. Anyway, we have a light to fix. But before going out, we need to cover our hand.
I need to cover up my hand if I want to go out. Hope it'll be enough. Yeah, this looks good.
In the hallway we find Mr. Klimek. Let's go talk to him and hear what he has to say.
Hello, Mr. Klimek.
Good morning. Was that Mr. Nida at your door? I haven't seen this guy in ages.
Yes, that was him.
I tried knocking on his door, but he always ignored me. He hasn't been the same since he was dismissed from factories a month ago. Oh well, maybe he'll come around in time.
Are you feeling better today?
I've seen better days, that's for sure. Barbara must have told you about my recent health problems. My wife's very caring, but really, it's not as bad as she paints it.
Good to hear that, Mr. Klimek.
Hey, overseer, do you know anything about the leaflets here? I'm not really up to date with the latest news.
Oh, I have no idea. They weren't here yesterday when the church showed up.
Ah, yes, the church. Rather ominous, don't you think? Oh, I hope everything will go back to normal soon.
Yeah, I guess it got damaged pretty bad.
This is the damaged lamp Mr. Nida told us about. We need to find a toolbox to fix it.
Better get that light fixed. The damage to the cable doesn't seem to be that severe. Quick fix should be enough to keep it steady for now. Now to see if the lamp itself got damaged.
His door is emitting strange sounds. Wait, have we heard them before? Anyway, let's just switch the lamps and leave this place at once.
We ran out of light bulbs a while ago and still didn't get the delivery. What is your problem? Mr. Mr. Nita, that was highly inappropriate.
Nice bandage. Just wanted to see.
See what?
What happened to your hand?
That's no concern of yours. I'll be going now.
See you in hell.
In our way to return the toolbox and go back to our home, we find Adam in the hallway.
Hey, Overseer. I kind of overheard your conversation a bit. What was that creepy old guy about?
I don't really know. I guess that his mental health is getting worse and the current situation probably doesn't help.
Uh-huh. I haven't seen the guy leave his apartment since he came back. Even to get any food from a cafeteria or anything. Good to know he's not dead, I guess.
Is Mr. Nita bothering you in any way? If the notes are too much of a nuisance, I can maybe talk to him about it.
The noises? What noises? The guy is dead quiet to the point that I thought he, died. His apartment kind of stinks, I guess. If you get too close to his door. But you won't hear any noise complaints from me.
Oh, okay.
With the task done, let's check on the radio to see if there's anything new.
We've received disturbing reports of a gruesome incident happening on Belanska Street. Details are sparse, but it appears there has been a rather bloody accident in the
That's my
neighborhood.
street. I should go out on the balcony and see. Oh. Crowd's attention is now split between the bloodbath and the crack on the street.
After witnessing what just happened, we go to the hallway to see if everything's okay. We find Mrs. Begier there.
Miss Begier, did something happen?
What was that? An earthquake? What's going on?
I think so. The street in front of the building is all cracked.
Oh God, why is all of this happening?
No one really knows, but we're all going through the same thing.
Oh, shut the fuck up! You're an excuse of an overseer. I can't fathom why, out of all candidates, the board chose you. You care only about that weird machinery of yours, not about the residents. Why didn't you choose to work at the factories then, huh?
Isn't that taking this too far?
Commuting to work is too much of a hassle for you? You were probably after the apartment too, so that you could hole up in there for days, avoiding everyone else. Sharing spaces with the residents is below you, huh?
Miss Begier, please. That's really uncalled for.
You shouldn't be here. Just fucking leave.
One of the applicants for the position of overseer was Mrs. Begier's husband, but unfortunately for both of them, you took the job. Mr. Begier was designed to work in the factories instead, and ever since the partying started, he has not been seen. The hatred of Mrs. Begier for you stems from that.
Why have I even bothered? The bandage is getting really uncomfortable to wear. Might as well take it off, as I don't feel like going outside anymore today.
Following the incident on Belanska Street, we're receiving reports of small earthquakes throughout the city. Cracks as wide as 1 meter have formed in neighborhoods near the factories and mines. Tram services are disrupted by these unusual occurrences, and pedestrians are advised to exercise caution while moving through the city.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere in this state.
The guy just wouldn't shut up, screaming. I couldn't tell whether he was in pain or just mad. Unfortunately, we didn't get there before he lunged at some random pedestrian. At first, we thought he was covered in blood, which is partly true, I suppose. But when we got closer, we realized it wasn't just blood. His entire body was fucking red. Blood red. We got him transported to the labs. Maybe Maybe they'll figure out what's going on. The thing is, when my teammates apprehended him, after making contact, their exposed skin showed symptoms of extreme irritation. I really hope it's nothing, but it did not look good.
I've had enough of this day. I'm getting really tired and my headache is getting worse. I better take some painkillers before this turns into a full-blown migraine. I really hope this helps. Huh? Someone's there?
It's hard to see who was at our door, but from the silhouette, I think it was Mr. Gnida. We decided to ignore what just happened and go to sleep. Before that, we decided it's best if we cover the hole in the wall, just to be safe.
Just need to take everything off. I hope it'll be enough. It's gloomy outside. Finally.
Nothing. Can't see what's there. It's like I'm missing something.
Imagine your face melts down and falls off every day, but you can pick it up and mold it back together. Would you make yourself a new one? How long would it take for you to get bored of repeating the same thing every day? You know, after a while, you stop caring whether your face is there or not. It's easier this way. And it's not like anybody cares. You won't have to imagine that now.
Disgusting. Get off my bed. I don't believe you. How was I supposed to know it would end up like this? I never wanted any of this. I will. I don't agree to this disintegration.
Miss Klimek is standing outside. I can't open the door looking like this. I'll just talk with her through the door.
Overseer, please open the door.
I can't. Just tell me what's happening.
Oh, it's Henrik. No matter what I do, he's not waking up. He's still breathing, but I can't get through to him. Phone line is busy all the time. I just don't know what to do anymore.
I'm sorry, Miss Klimek. I'm afraid I'm in no shape to help. I'm barely able to stand.
But what am I supposed to do?
Sorry. The thing changed. It's not a good idea to go out looking like this. Insignificant.
That's another entire block of people affected by the recent mass relocations initiated by the church. While their suspicious actions have been kept quiet so far, the citywide scale of the operation made it impossible for the situation to remain hidden forever. Both church officials and the city council currently refuse to provide an official statement. If anyone has been directly affected or has any information, please contact us. The citizens of Huta-Grobno deserve to know what's going on.
We're approaching the building from the anonymous resident report. It's that damn street again. We'll report after the job is done.
They're probably after me. That's probably for the better.
And that was one of the endings of the game. And yes, there's more than one. Apparently, the ending we've just seen isn't the canon one. Before doing the other ending, let's take a moment to discuss what just happened, shall we? First, let's talk about the soup. Taking into account what we've seen about it, it appears to be some sort of amorphous life form. It moves, spreads, and corrupts anything it touches. It's not just a liquid, it is also a living being. It appears to be black, but once it infects a host, it turns red. Or turns the host red. An infected host is subject to a series of mutations, as we saw in the notebook, and eventually they turn into those giant alien-like creatures. How giant exactly? Well, we can measure their size using the 170 centimeters person in the notes and conclude these creatures are around 17 people tall, which corresponds to 289 meters tall or 948 feet. Yeah, that tall. The origins of the soup are unclear for what we can gather from just the game, but luckily for us, alongside the game there is a little booklet that reveals more information about the story. From the booklet, we learn more about the city of Huta-Grobno and the characters of the game. So, Huta-Grobno is an independent city-state that remained unclaimed by anyone since the last military conflict. What conflict, you might ask? We still don't know. But the land became a biohazardous wasteland, and remained so for a while, until large deposits of valuable resources were found, and a long process of reconstruction and cleaning of the city took place. Let's put on our conspiracy theory hats and think about the origins of the soup for a second. How is the soup connected to the city? Is it some kind of alien life form that crashed into the earth and remained dormant until it was disturbed? Is it some sort of deity that lives on earth and has awakened? Whatever that thing is, a certain group of individuals want to use the soup. Maybe they want to harvest its power, or maybe they want to worship it. Speaking of worship, we haven't talked about the church yet, have we? Well, before revealing what the booklet tells us about them, let's see what happens in the other ending.
Yes, there is something abnormal happening around.
Elaborate.
In my apartment, there's, come and see for yourself.
And so, the churchmen came to your apartment. What they saw seemed to greatly alarm them. It was a good call to tell them, you think. There was also something else that caught their attention. Your eavesdropping of their channels has been found out. Normally, you'd be arrested for that. But your technical skills seem to be more important for them. You were given an offer. Declining was not an option. Not that it really mattered. It all happened too quickly. The residents weren't evacuated in time. And they were in the heart of it all. Doomed. You are safe in the church HQ when it happened. Not that your actions would have changed anything. Just the guilt remains. Alright, so in what appears to be the true ending, the Overseer never listens to the black stain in the wall and is never infected by it. In the end, he becomes a member of the church and survives the catastrophe. So again, what exactly is the church? According to the booklet, the Church of Faith and Enlightenment is a newly formed, independent branch of the Catholic Church. Their goal is to seek enlightenment beyond what is already known, and they hold great interest in the supernatural. According to the booklet, after the catastrophe, the Church proved to be one of the few factions that stood against the invasion of the unknown. Also, according to the booklet, they consider caring for the people of Huta-Grobno as part of their mission. Their effort has saved a considerable amount of neighborhoods. But in time, these efforts to keep the people safe diminished as they focused more on studying the unknown. So, the church isn't evil exactly. I mean, they're not seeking the destruction of the world, at least. We can't deny their involvement with the catastrophe, but it appears to be an accident instead of something intentional. Regardless, they are clearly interested in the soup and want to research it. For what ends is the question we do not have the answers yet. What we have the answers for is the fate of the characters we interacted with. Sort of. The overseer is alive and working for the church, as we have seen. Mr. and Mrs. Klimek are not confirmed dead. Surprisingly, Mrs. Begier's fate is unknown, and Mr. Gnida had an abominable fate. Interesting, in my opinion, is the fate of Adam. He survived the catastrophe and joined the church, looking for something to hold on in the falling city. He quickly raised the ranks due to his hard work, and for the first time, he feels like his life has some purpose. He's having the time of his life as a member of the church, and is even grateful that the catastrophe happened. We can see the older Adam in the booklet, giving us a sneak peek of what is to come. And maybe we'll see Adam again in the future. Because if you didn't know, Funeralopolis' Last Days is the first entrance to a world building project that will expand upon the future story of what we've seen so far. If you don't want to miss that, make sure to follow the devs on Twitter/X, and please consider leaving a review of the game on itch.io. This video is not sponsored or anything. I just really like the game and I think it deserves more credit. Also, speaking of Twitter, I created an account. I'll be posting there from time to time, so if you guys want to interact, feel free to follow. Before closing this video, I want to give a huge shout out to everyone who helped with the voice acting. This video wouldn't be what it is without their help, and I'm so grateful to all of them. Some of them have YouTube channels, so why don't I introduce them? Jeyess does Fear and Hunger music covers, among other things. He agreed to voice the Overseer, who has a lot of voice lines, as you guys have seen. So why don't you check his channel out to show some appreciation? I really like the Post and Anxiety cover, which you're listening to right now. Nonsense also has a YouTube channel, and she's the one who voiced Mrs. Begier. I think she did an amazing job with her role. I didn't give her any direction, and she nailed it first try somehow. She posts original vocal synth music on her channel. Right now you're listening to Tainted, so if you're interested, consider checking her out as well. And lastly, we have SulfurHealer, who does Rick car music. He was the voice of Adam for this video, and right now you're listening to Concrescence. Man, if I had a penny for each niche genre YouTube musician friend I asked to voice in this video, I'd have 3 pennies. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that happened 3 times. Anyways, of course, you can find all the links in the description. If you made this far and you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing for more videos like this in the future. It really helps a lot. Anyways, that was it all for Funeralopolis for now. I see you guys next time.